Hello, good evening. Good evening, welcome, welcome. My name is Obindako. I want to share with you spirituality and entrepreneurship, spirituality and business. Spirituality. We humans, as we are, most people are spiritual. Most people are religious. I don't think you can separate religion from a lot of people. Where we've been born, Africa, religion is everywhere. Whether it's Islam, whether it's um, fetishism, traditional religion, or Christianity, all the other ones in between. They come in different forms and they come in different shapes. And how do we do the business that we do? How do we go through this journey as entrepreneurs with this spirituality? Do we even understand them? Because if you don't understand it, it can be used against you. I have a friend who says that, let's say in Africa, people's families are very much difficult. There are a lot of things that people go through from their families. Ancestral curses and demons and Satan, and everybody is chasing you and your dream. So some people would have to declare fasting and prayer for you so that you can, succeed. And they're everywhere. At the risk of sounding like a humanist or as an agonisticist or something, first of all, I believe in Christ. I believe in God. I'm a Christian, but there are different kinds of spirituality. And if you are going to succeed in your entrepreneurship journey, in your business journey, you should be able to separate them. Or you'll be confused. You give up. You spend a lot of time and resources on things that you could easily do if you had the right skill and the right understanding of how things are done, especially with business. Because you're making a lot of decisions in a very little time, and any of them could go wrong, and anybody at all can come around and tell you that there is something somewhere, that there is some kind of incantation somewhere, there is some kind of spiritual something that you have to do before you can see your way clearly. A friend of mine bought a car, which was a second-hand car, and he bought an engine in it, which got spoiled. And then he bought another one, which was old and spoiled. Then he called, he said, my engines keep spoiling. And what is the problem? I think that there's something somewhere. I told him, if you buy an engine which is old, the chances are that the person who removed that engine didn't want that engine. That's why he changed it. So if you happen not to have money and you went to buy a second-hand engine, why would you want to attach some kind of superstition to it? Now, this is a man who has gone to university, that at least you would expect that he will use his kind of education to separate issues. But when it comes to spirituality and belief and things like that, a lot of us, is spiritual. So most Africans, when they have a shop, they have to go and pray early in the morning, pray in the evening, cast all the demons so that they will get the sales. The workers go there, they pray in the morning. The sad thing is that they pray, but when they sell, they take some of the money. So the prayer is a facade. So there are some good things about the spirituality, because we all must have some kind of spiritual life. We all must believe in God. But at the same time, the way it is practiced and how it is brought into Christianity or into your belief system, into superstition can be used to control you. And when you are meeting a lot of difficulties, sometimes you may think that all that you have to do is to declare some prayer and fasting and casting of some demons and doing all those kind of things for you to get your so-called breakthrough. And what I believe in it is that if those things are absolute and they are true, then they should happen in Africa. They should happen in all other countries around the world. I think that a lot, in as much as your spirituality is important, much of it which should be should be established in the way you practice things, not the way some demon somewhere is trying to use something to do you so that you will not succeed. So when you meet difficulties in your business, it's not because your grandmother somewhere or your grandfather's side, maybe your grandfather married 10 or 3 women, the other side, they want to make sure that your side doesn't succeed. It's not like that. A lot of the difficulties, a lot of the challenges, they just happen because our skill level is weak, our philosophy is weak, our understanding is weak. A lot of things that we are doing, we don't understand them. That's why they happen. Some people will say, are you saying that there is no demon, there's no witchcraft? Listen, they are there. Just as there's chemistry somewhere, just as somebody is playing some drum somewhere, the demons are somewhere. Do you think that the demons are fighting every day to make sure that you don't succeed in your little business? If they wanted businesses not to succeed, they should be going for the billion-dollar businesses, not your business. How much is your business? So our results reflect the kind of expertise and the kind of exposure, the kind of understanding, the kind of skills that we have. They have little to do with superstition. So you cannot separate spirituality from your work. It's true. Most of us, our belief system is coming from our spirituality, our religion. But how it is practiced. Your spirituality really comes from the religion. Spirituality is largely understood by most of us as superstition, as magic, as the miracle, as the supernatural. That's all a lot of us understand, which is right. But it's just one kind or one aspect of the definition of spirituality. There is the other side. But majority of Africans, they start a business and somebody would have to come and pour some oil there, come and declare some fasting, come and break some kind of demons. And how much is the business doing? 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year. Yet the people who are doing billions are not doing these things. And they baffle me. Now, what is so much that the African has been, we lock in trivialities, and a lot of these things is because of the kind of information, the kind of teachings, the kind of understanding that has been thrown out on us. So somebody goes to the market, they don't buy, and they think that somebody came to put something there, magic, something there. That's why they didn't buy, or their business collapsed, and it's because somebody came to do something there. Really? A lot of it is not true. A lot of it is just that our understanding is not that much clear. And so I think that spirituality, I will take it from this level. Spirituality for me is more established in your character, in your values, in your diligence, in your compassion, in the inner peace, in the sense of mission that you have, sense of purpose that you have. That really, for me, is spirituality, than just the magic and the demon, the Satan, and all the supernatural that a lot of our people are waiting for. Because after you have encountered the so-called demons and the so-called things that you think you have encountered, after you think that God gave you a supernatural idea to start a business and nothing should happen, if you don't control a lot of these things, nothing will happen. So if your character is weak, that proves the level of your spirituality. If your compassion is weak, that proves the level of spirituality. If your work habit is weak, that is the level of your spirituality. So the sense, why did you create that business? What's the purpose of that business? That is also spirituality. Why did you create this kind of business? How do you treat your workers? If you don't handle the mysticism well, your business will just be seen. You'll be the one chasing demons, because the problems of you starting a business from ground up, they are many. And anybody at all can just walk to you on the street and tell you that they are a prophet and God showed them that somebody here somewhere is doing you. That's why everything that you're doing, you get up, you go down, you get up, you go down, you get up, you go down, because there's a demon somewhere. And if you believe it, it will work. and you live really in this life according to the level of intensity of the light that you have, your understanding that you have. So if you believe in those people, and they are all over, they will come to your business place, they will come to your church, they will come to your family, they will talk through your friends, or they will talk through your wife, they will talk through everybody to get to you. Why? Because they think that they have the mandate to see into your life. So, and they know, and they are getting a lot of people. And most of them do these things just because they want money. It's a livelihood for them. It's actually a business for them, for them to sell the mysticism. And so, spirituality is not really fully like the fasting and the demons that you are trying to identify who are affecting your business journey. I think the top level form of spirituality is the character that you have built out of the so-called spirituality, the religion that you have. So if you don't handle that, you will give up. If you don't handle that, you will give up. If you don't handle that, the difficulty you have. So the prayer, the fasting, they are supposed to make you selfless, loving, honest, confident. Not be afraid and worried about the difficulties and the challenges of business. If you say that you're spiritual, if you say that you believe in spirituality, if you say that the prayer and everything, you should not spend your life praying to break demons and sister cases why your business is not doing well. You should not. Aye, Bema Black. Yeah, it is true. Years back, how I used to think. Yes, because most people, we just were born into this kind of environment where every difficulty, every problem is some kind of ancestral case. People go to church just to go and break and cast demons and fight their enemies because somebody else is trying to do them. A lot of it, for me, you just give them attention. That's why they become important. Much of it. If you say that you have encountered God and you have prayed and you have fasted, they should develop you. They should make you more wise. They should make you more, you should have better understanding, better appreciation of how things are organized and done if you really encountered God, than trying to use all your energy and your time. You go to pray all night, 8 hours, and what you're doing is that you're breaking a demon which is affecting your business. Meanwhile, this business, there's no bookkeeping. You yourself, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't know how to manage people. You don't know how to structure the business. You don't even understand the economy. You don't understand the kind of business you're doing. So all these things are happening. They will happen because you don't understand a lot of things. Not because there's a demon somewhere. If these demons are that powerful, why are they only in Africa? They should be going to those who have billions. How much do we have here? The Apples and the Amazons and all these big companies, they should be having the demons, not us. You have your 20,000 business. What do you think the demon is waiting for you? There's not. That's not really what they are doing. It's your understanding. It's your weak understanding of what you call spirituality. Because spirituality should bring the best of your strength. If you so, because the business that you set, what's the mission of that business? Why did you set that business? Why did you set that business? And do you know the challenges that are common with that kind of industry that you are in? Do you know? Do you understand the economy that you're operating? Do you even understand your own skill level? If you don't understand these things and things start to happen, anybody at all will just come and tell you. And the sad thing is that when they go to some of these churches, and sometimes you can't even get a malam trying to call you to tell you that he has power to make you rich. But he has power, bring money before he makes you rich. I don't understand that. Somebody will say that bring money so that God will explode for you. I don't understand. Is it lotto? It's not lotto. It's not lotto. So if you don't, and a lot of it, they have taught us into it so much that now we believe it. Your business is suffering so much, your finances are in bad shape, and they continue to say that if you don't bring money to church, your business will not survive. That's a lie. The fact that the business is suffering means that our understanding of finances is weak. Now, this business which is really suffering, the man is telling you that if you don't pay tithe on that business, your business will not do well. If you don't bring this, you do your business. And the problem you have is finance. That man is not doing anything to support you. He's just telling you that if you don't pay tithe on your business, the business will not. A lot of it is not true. I don't think that God is that kind of wicked for him to say that if you're doing business and your business is struggling, you owe a lot of people, and the little payment that has delayed for years that they have made, bring tithe on it before you succeed. And how do you even pay the tithe on that? So the spirituality can destroy everything that you're doing, and it can a lot of businesses collapse. because your business was doing well. Then somebody came around to say that he was a prophet and he heard from God. And then every day he's there praying for you. Every day, instead of you being at the business and putting a lot of time in it, now every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, you go to the mountain to pray. The business will suffer. Why? Because the business needs attention, just as your child needs attention. So instead of you putting a lot of time in building the business, now you're not focusing on the business, you are praying against the demons that are attacking your business. Meanwhile, you really are the demon, because the business needs attention, and you should have known that. So you let the spiritual, so your spirituality is really seen in the culture that you build in your business. The culture, how you relate with your team, how you treat people, how you talk to them. That culture is really a reflection of the so-called spirituality that you have. So the religion should not only teach you how demons are coming against you, how ancestral cases are against you, how you are struggling because nobody from your family line has ever built any business. Those things, most of it, really are not true. They only have a stronghold on you because it's a blockage in your mind. Majority of it, they are lies. Because if those things were true, all these big guys and all these other guys should be going through the same kind of trouble. And yet, they don't, because they focus and build. They understand how a business is structured, how a business is branded, how a business is... they understand all the stages. They understand the kind of business they are in. They understand the economy. You don't even study all those. You have never read any of those. You don't study any data on that. And you think that you're going to succeed. And all your energy you are using to break all the demons that are affecting that are bringing all the difficulties that you are meeting. What you don't know is that most of these guys met the same kind of difficulties that you meet, but they did not attach them to demons and Satan and curses and all those things that they have taught you to believe. So you have to handle your finances well. You have to handle a lot of the components of the business well, and try not to blame so many of the things that your business goes through on demons and all those things. And if your business is doing well, look at the things that you're doing well. They may be responsible for why you're doing well. It's not because somebody else brought you some oil and they pour it on you. And usually most people will tell you that, oh, we've been praying for you, we are interceding for you. If they really interceding for you, they should be bringing people to buy the product that you're selling from you. They should be bringing people, they should be investing a lot of resources in the business. Then they are praying for you. If they just say it with their mouth that they are praying for you, it's just a facade, it's a lie. It's just a practice, it's religiosity. If people's heart are really in what you're doing, they make a sacrifice. And the things that are dear to people, they will invest it in that which is important to them. So if they really mean it, that they are so much interested in you succeeding in the business, and that's why they're praying for you, they should be the ones buying a lot from you. But they don't buy anything from you. They even go to the other person to buy. And yet they will tell you that they are praying for you, and they are interceding, and they have told God to help you to succeed. A lot of it is not true. A lot of it is a lie. So if you don't get those things right from the beginning, you will struggle, and you go through a lot of pain, and you go through a lot of losses, and you dissipate a lot of your time, a lot of your finances, because you lack understanding of what spirituality really means. Because religion, we are all part of it. You're Christian, you're a Muslim, everybody is into something else. But doing a business, there are a lot of things you have to understand than just hoping that something somewhere, somebody will just pray and all your business will just explode. It really does not happen like that. Everything that you see is a product of some kind of investment. Okay, there's input and there's output. If you don't put in the right resources, the output will not be sustainable. Even if they pray for you and you get bumper harvest, you will need systems and technology, you need people. Can you manage that? Can you manage that? Let's say your business is doing 1,000 Ghana cedis every day. Then they came to pray for you, and now you're doing 1,000,000 cedis every day. Are you prepared for that kind of growth? Spontaneous growth. Are you prepared for that? Do you have the systems? Do you have the understanding? Do you have the structure? Do you understand? So I would rather go for gradual growth than just some supernatural something somewhere will just explode me and I'm not ready to handle. whatever that that supernatural brought. So spirituality, you have to get it clearly. So if you meet challenges and you meet troubles in your business, they may not necessarily mean that there is some demon somewhere doing you. They just reflect the quality of your skill, the quality of your expertise with respect to the business that you're building. So you have a lot of people who say that, I'm a spiritual entrepreneur and all those. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. Is either do you hear that somebody say he's a spiritual footballer or he's a spiritual for politician? Those are all terms, they are terms. You just have to learn and do the right things that you have to do for your business to grow. So if you really say that you know God, it will be seen in your love for people and in your love for everybody around you. You cannot separate. A lot of people say that they are spiritual, but even the customer service proves that their spirituality is weak. Why? Because they segregate, they separate, they discriminate. The service is not good. They don't have the heart to serve people. And yet when their business meets trouble, they want to say that it's a demon. It's not a demon. It's not a demon. What are the things that you stand for? If you so much say that you are spiritual, are you going to do a lot of underdealings to get contracts? Are you going to do a lot of dubious means to get contracts and to get all the things that you get, and still come out to tell us that you are spiritual? Your spirituality will be seen in the kind of value, the truth, the honesty, the character that you exhibit. That will prove how spiritual you are. When people deal with you, how honest you are with them will prove the kind of spirituality that you say you have, because the essence of spirituality really will be seen in the quality of the practice that you do when you get to do business with people. The quality of your spirit, the things, the way you do your things will reflect the spirituality more than any other thing. It's not you going there for praying and breaking all the things that you break. You've been breaking. How many times do you want to break that thing? You have tried to break this thing for 10 years. You're still breaking them every day. Doesn't that sound to you that what you've been breaking really may not be there? And that if you want progress, you should be looking at you. You should be looking at your scale. You should be looking at a lot of things that you have to change. You should be looking at your philosophy. You should be looking at yourself. So what is the business that you're doing? What is the purpose of that business? What is the mission? You should be able to know the mission. You should be able to have a goal for that business, where you want that business to get to. What is the plan for the next year, the next 2 years? What makes this business that you're doing separate from the other business? If you're talking of spirituality, those are the things that you should be seeing, in what they call spirituality. Because those are the things that will make you continue to go, continue to become better, continue to fight. And your ability to constantly fight and become better is a proof of your spirituality. It's not you believing that you have to go somewhere and declare fast. If you want to declare fast, you want to declare fast to really polish your character. You want to declare fast to really become stronger and courageous. You want to go and pray to become a better person, to treat people well, to become more honest. That is really the essence of spirituality, to hear clearly from God as to what he wants you to do. Not the ancestral cares and the oil that somebody has to pour in front of your shop and all those things that they are trying to tell you. Those are not spirituality, really. Those are not. If you're a Christian, those are not it. These are not it. People succeed without those. The strength of your character is your spirituality. The strength of your character. Do you give up so easily, or you keep going? Do you set your goals so small because you're afraid, or you have courage? How big is your mission? How big is your goal? Do you see beyond yourself? That is the proof of your spirituality, really. It's not you being afraid that somebody else is going to kill you, somebody else is going to do you. I remember there was a time somebody called me that said, I dreamt that you're going to have an accident. And those are the things that is always about some bad thing somewhere that somebody has to tell you. It's usually not about a good thing. It's not about something that they are bringing to support you to succeed. No. It's always the people who are telling people that God is talking through them to you. Most of them are coming with just negative message. negative information, negative report. They are not coming to say that God spoke to me to give you 20 million to support your business. They never do that. Or God told me to give you a contract or something like that. They never say that. They are always coming up with some kind of ancestor. That is a proof that what they are saying is just a manipulative spirit, you know. It's not because you have to hear from them. And what is wrong? Can that same God talk to you? That same God who is talking to that man, can't he talk to you? If he gave you salvation, what else can't he give you? You know, so if you're doing your business and you're not careful, there will be a lot of these kind of guys going around, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And they have all kind of titles and names. You know, prophet, malam, pastor, there are a lot of them going everywhere who don't even understand the business that you're doing, but they still so believe that God speaks to them directly and they have a word from God for you. You know, and some of them will play a lot of guilt trip on you that if you don't help them with the money and support the so-called work of God that they are doing, your business will suffer. That really is not true. A lot of it is not true. But it takes a lot of clarity in thinking for you to know that if you don't separate a lot of these chaps from the way you think, your business will suffer and you struggle and you fail. And then they will tell you that it's because you didn't listen to them. That's why you failed. But it's not because you didn't listen to them, that's why you failed. It's because you didn't have clarity. You didn't have clarity of thinking. I was talking to a young girl who is selling some oranges, fruit somewhere. And she, at the time that people are coming to buy the product, she wants to go and pray, go and do some church. And I told her, if you do that and you continue to do that, somebody else will come and open the same thing and your business will vanish because you are not paying attention. Have time to go and pray, but have time to build your business. Okay, and if you so want to go, get somebody to take care of it. Don't close the business and go. Every time you close and go, you close and go. And you think that supernaturally God will bring some people to come and buy. It's not true. If you go to ShopRite, they don't close it to go and pray. That's why they are big. They're working. They're building. They invest their time. They invest in the people. They're building. They work on their finances. They work on the systems. They work. We start small business, and the little time that we have, we will not even put it in the business. Every day they are calling you for all night. They are calling you for church service, and they are taking the little money that you have. They will preach to you to bring all the tithe, the offering every day. It's the same business that you're taking all this money from. But you want to say that you are spiritual. But I want to say that it's because you don't know what you're doing. Because the money, that little money that you're growing, if you keep on taking that kind of money from the business until that business grows and becomes successful, that business will collapse. And then you say that, oh, you know, they will find another term for you. No. Build the business. Separate the finances from you. You have your own finances if you so wish. You know, have your own finances in terms of what you want to keep on yourself. And if you want to give some to church, it is the one that is in your pocket, not the one that is for the business. Separate it. No matter who comes there to say what God told them, it is business. If you don't grow that capital and you eat from that capital, the business will collapse. And our people don't know that. So you see, the person is doing so much well, the business is flourishing, and the next time you go there, the person is not there. He's going for prayer. Go for all night. He gives the business to some people he has not trained. They sell 10 cedis, they take 10 cedis. You know, they sell 2 cedis, they take this. Next time you go there, the business has collapsed. And then they will go and say that it's their ancestors, ancestral case. This, that is not true. You didn't pay attention. You were confused. And those guys don't, a lot of these people who are taking a lot of money from most of these business people, especially the women. You go to most of these places, the women, they are always, you know, a pastor will come there and pray for them, and pray for them, and pray for them. When you are poor, they won't come to pray for you. They come there because you have money. Most of them never visit the poor. They visit because your business is doing well. What you don't know is that if the business collapses, they won't come. So take care of the business. Take care of the business. Separate the finances. Pay attention to it. Build it well. Do the bookkeeping. Train people. Focus on it. Don't think that you can build a business by just going to pray. It's not true. Go and pray. Prayer is fellowship with God. It's not for you to go and kill your demons. It's not for you to go and do all those things that they are telling us to do. Even the Malams are not killing their demons. The Christians are killing demons everywhere. And they think that that is Christianity. That is not Christianity. That's another thing. That's another thing. So if you don't get your thoughts right, the business that you're doing, there will not be any future. It will collapse. And I think this thing collapses more businesses than any other thing. The lack of clarity in terms of what they call spirituality and what they call religion, and how they mix that with the business that you're doing. And most people do that. Sometimes even formal businesses. You go there and they are organizing church service for them every day. And yet the man does not even pay the people well. That's what I don't get. Why do you put a face? You want them to pray and thank God, but you don't even pay the people well. You don't even treat them well. You don't take good care of them. For me, the proof of your spirituality is how you take care of the people, how you treat them well, how you build an honest culture in the company. That, for me, is the proof of your spirituality. It's not the facade that you're doing where you bring people and they are dancing and they are clapping, and next time you go, the whole business, everybody is a connection man. Everybody is doing something somewhere. So everybody is cheating somewhere. And you say that you are Christians building a business. That's a lie. It is seen in the practice. It is seen in the honesty that you do there. It is seen in how you treat the people there. It's not so much in the dancing and a lot of these people they just use that to confuse us. It's not true. So let your spirituality be seen in the culture that you have built in the business. I tell my people that if you want to come to work and pray, I don't have problem. But I judge you by how you practice your faith. By not you coming to pray and read your Bible at the workplace. I don't care about that. If you read the Bible, it should be seen in how you handle the place. If you said 1,000 and you take 200 and you steal it, why are you reading the Bible? Don't read the Bible there. Don't pray there. If you are a thief, if you talk to the customers anyhow, your Bible does not mean anything. If you're the boss, you started the business and you let them do fasting and pray everywhere, but you don't talk to them well, you don't treat them well, that is a lie. That is not spirituality. That is not spirituality. That at all is not spirituality. The highest form of spirituality is how you handle the people and the kind of character the people have that they have developed. When anybody encounters you, you should not be the one telling them that you're a Christian. They will see it the way you behave. They will see it in the way you talk, the way you do your things, the love that you show to the people. You don't need to tell people that I'm a Christian and you are going to preach to people. No, just let them see you. They breed you. People have senses. They will see that you are different. And if you treat people well, especially if you show interest in how people will become better, you don't need to preach to them for them to follow you to church. They'll follow you because they want to be like you. It's not you just shouting and telling people and saying that they will go to hell if they don't accept Christ. That's not you. You didn't create them. And so when a lot of people go to work, they build businesses and they say that's where they preach people. No, treat the people well. All the people who look at how you treat them, they will leave the God that they serve and come and follow the God that you serve. If you take good care of them, if you're honest, if you treat people well, if you show love to people, that is the proof of your spirituality. Not you trying to tell them fast and pray, and then when you do, you are going to do a lot of connection. You're cheating, you are lying, and then you say that you're Christian. Nobody will respect that. It's only that they don't want you to fire them. That's why they are just calm. But they talk about it. They know that you are not honest. They know that you are not truthful. They know that you are not that kind. They know that you are not compassionate. They know that you are not forgiving. They know that. But they will not say it because you say that you're Christian. But they are there because they have to keep the job. It's not because they really believe that you're a Christian. Because it will be seen in the love that you show to the people. the love that you show to the people. So the entrepreneurship and the spirituality, don't let anybody else use God and superstition and lies to make you lose your business. Some people will come and tell you that when they pray for your business will explode. Maybe, but are you ready for that explosion? I would rather grow gradually and build a skill. And if they so believe that your business will explode, they should go to all these countries and pray for them. Most of these companies that are doing billions a year were not prayed for by them. They were not prayed for by them. They just built them. So our country, if you don't get your thought set rightly, a lot of these guys will just waste your time. They'll waste your time. And the time that you need to build a business, that's the time that they'll be preaching you. You know, some of you, when you didn't have any job, you were coming to church every day. Now that God bless you with a business, you can't come to church every day. God will take that business. It's never true. It's never true. If you're in church every day, the business will collapse. That business will collapse. If you go to church every day, that business, you will never be able to build any business. Because there's a lot that you have to do. If you become the president of Ghana and you are a member of that church, they don't expect you to come to church every day. They will say that you're president. Do you think that you and the president, who needs more time? The president is working not with his money, he's working with taxpayers' money. If he loses the money, nobody will punish him. Now, if your business, you lose the money, it will become debt. It will become a huge problem for you. President Akufo-Addo can just walk off after his term. Even if the country owes. President John Mahama left the country in a bad shape. He's not the one paying back the debt, but your business. If your business has trouble, you procured loan, you were not able to pay it because your attention is always in church. You're doing all night, giving the little money that your business is making, that you are paying tithe on it, you are paying offering on it, you're doing everything because they will tell you to bring everything. And when the business collapses, you'll be left with debt. And when you are left with debt, they will walk off you. And you become bitter, you become disappointed, you become pain because you didn't have wisdom. And so the business that you're doing is as a work of God as any other person doing anything. After all, if it's not a work of God, then when you take that money to bless somebody, that cannot be a blessing. If you take money from that business to pay somebody's salary, who that person will use to take care of their family, then that business cannot be a blessing. So anything that you're doing, we are gifted differently. Some people must be pastors. Some people will be lawyers in society. Some people will be judges. Some people will be carpenters. Some people will be farmers. So if God bless you with that business, don't stop that business and become a pastor. A lot of people do that. They start small business somewhere. It starts to get, it starts to become better. And the next time you see, they say that God has called them to become a pastor. The next time you see it, the business has collapsed. Lack of clarity of thinking. Lack of clarity of thinking, because they believe that if they don't become pastor, it means that they are not doing the work of God. But who told you that building a business is the work of the devil? So spirituality, the same. So they confuse them. So a lot of these young guys, they start something, they're doing something, the next time you see it, they say that they are a pastor. Then they leave everything. And we have a lot of them examples all over. Everybody is a pastor. I remember I met a friend somewhere and saying that, so when are you going to get into the ministry? When are you going to get into the ministry? Like, so what do you think what I am doing? What do you think it is? It's no, I mean becoming a pastor. Say, why should I become a pastor? Do you think that every one of us should become a pastor? If the Apostle Paul was working, he had a job. Most of these guys don't have a job. That's why they are fighting for the offering and the tithe every day. It's business. Majority of them is business. It's the money. So if you don't focus, a lot of this spiritual religion thing will take your business off. You will collapse it. And when the business collapses, it's not that the business has just collapsed. You'll be left with debt. and nobody else will come in to settle the debt for you. It will be your debt. So separate your time. Serve God. Love God. Practice your Christianity. But don't be bullied around. Don't be confused by other people just because that you think they hear from God. A lot of them are not hearing from God. They just found a way of taking money from the people. All right? So think through. Think through. Be focused. Because after all, it is Christ that we serve if you're a Christian. And your heart should be clean. And the proof of your spirituality is not you killing your enemies and killing the devil and raging and coming up with spiritual warfare. So people go. The only reason that they are going for that 3-day fasting is because they want to go and fight their ancestors so that their businesses will succeed. It's not true. How many ancestors are these guys who are building big businesses fighting? They're not fighting any ancestors. So the African mind is in trouble. Is in trouble. You meet little small problem in your business, and you think that somebody else is attacking you. Somebody else, you are going for contract, and you have to go for anointing oil, pour it on everything. Why? Everything is superstition. Everything is superstition. You are going for this, you have to pray for it. You are going for that, you have to. That's why we are not able to build big things. Because if you think like this, you cannot build any big thing. You can't, because then you trivialize the things that you have to think rightly, the structures that you have to build, the systems that you have to put in place. You trivialize them. You never pay any attention to them. You never pay any attention to them. Why? Because everything is a demon to you. There's a difference. If you're going to do good things with your business, you must know well. You must know how you handle the finances. You must know the vision that you have for the business. You must know the culture that you build for the business. You must know that challenges will come to the business. It doesn't mean that there's a demon somewhere. No. How much is your business that the devil is going to waste all his time to come and kill you? It's just a small business that you're building. What you need is clarity of thinking, proper understanding, And if you so much want to be religious, it's not giving us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So if you're a Christian, nothing, of love, of power, of sound mind. These things, the soundness of mind. The soundness of mind. The soundness of mind is so clear. Yes, Jesus, yes, they worked. And these other guys don't work, but they will confuse you to bring all the money. And they buy the Range Rovers and all the nice cars. And in your business, you can't even buy Tico. And you still carry all the money to church. That's not how you build a business. Make sure that you attend to the business for the business to become successful. And then, if you want to help, you can help out of it. But you cannot be taking money from a struggling business because somebody has taught you wrongly. And most people do that. Most people do that. Your business is struggling, and yet you are taking a lot of money from that business. You don't even know which one is a profit. And every month you are taking this from the money, the tithe, the offering. And the thing is that a lot of them even went to the bank to borrow. You can't pay the debt, and you're taking the money to go and pay tithe. You will never be out of the problem. You struggle all your life until you get sense to build a business. Because if it's not built, it can give fruit. And the tithe should be paid out of the profit, not the capital. Okay, if you so believe that you should pay it. And I don't think that God is going to punish anybody because he didn't pay his tithe. No, I don't think so. Then all these guys who are doing wonderful things should be punished. So your small business, who is going to punish you? So make sure you handle the spirituality well. Because a lot of us have had it misunderstood. And that's why we struggle with the business that we are doing. A lot of entrepreneurs struggle because a lot of things are confused. The next day is a demon doing them. The other day, if they don't bring this, their business will not grow. Then the next day, it's all confusion. You talk to them, you don't see clarity. Because they have missed the spirituality. And every day they want you to be in church. How can you build a business and every day you want to be in church? The business needs about 8 hours, 24 hours of your time calculating, building, because you are building it. It's building. It's building. You need a certain amount of time to work on that business for it to become successful. And you are not paying attention to it because you are breaking all the demons that are worrying you. And you are the number one demon worrying the business. So look at that, please. Look at that. Get your thinking right. If you say you're a Christian, it will not be in the demons that you are breaking. It will be in the heart that you have. How you treat people. How you handle your things. How credible you are. How honest you are. How forgiving you are. How compassionate you are. That really is a proof of your spirituality. It's not a magic. It's not the supernatural. The supernatural is just like an insurance, When you're not doing the things rightly and there's a problem, then insurance will take care of it. So God makes provision through the supernatural. But it's not the way, it's not the path. It doesn't give, there's no growth which is dependent on miracle. There's no growth. Nations don't grow because they pray. Businesses don't grow because they pray. Families don't become successful because they pray. You grow because of practice. Practice is what brings growth. It's not a miracle. Miracle is just an emergency to correct. It's a corrective process. It's something that you can't do anything about it. You are in a difficult situation and then it comes. But if you want to create prosperity or you want to build a business, it's the practice that will bring consistent results. It's not a miracle. It's not a miracle. It's never. So like Ghana, we can't say that we want to develop because a lot of people are praying. No. You develop by the right practice. So if you want to build your business to become successful, it's the right practice. The practice, how you handle the product, how do you handle the people, how do you handle the finances, how you think of the business, how you strategize around the business. That is what is going to bring growth. And perchance, if there is any major trouble, God can intervene. That becomes a miracle. Okay? And that is available to everybody. But you don't wait consistently for a miracle for you to explode. You should have a structure how you're going to get the contract, not prayer. You should have a structure how you're going to get the finances, not prayer. You should have a plan how you're going to get more people to work with you, not to pray for that. Okay, you see, they have to pay every 3 years. No, here is 1 month. Every month they have to take money from you, and you should be able to separate that. I don't have problem if you want to pray. I pay tithe, but not when my business is suffering. Business must work and work well. Then out of the abundance, so you cannot be struggling and also always be giving. At a point, you should be successful. And so separate the way they have taught you. The way they have taught you. So most of these people who say that they are Christians and they do Christian businesses, go there and see how they talk to their customers, how they treat their workers, how they pay them. Sometimes those who are not Christians do far more better than those who say they are Christians, fasting and praying. Yet they are brutalizing people, maltreating people, traumatizing people. So the quality of your spirituality is a practice, and it's in your character, in your values, in your diligence, in your compassion, in the inner structure that you have, in your sense of mission and purpose, okay, in the difference that you bring to lives of people. So say that people will ask you, are you a Christian? They will ask you, are you a Christian? And you say, why? You say, no, you're different. It's not because you're killing the demon, no. It's because of how you talk to them. They came to buy something, they made a mistake, they signed a check more than that, 2,000. And you call them to say that, please, your money is more. Your money is more. You made a mistake, it's yours. And the person should never worry that you cheat them. You lie to them. That is a proof of your spirituality. It's not you killing the demons. That is just waste of time, actually. And so when you buy a machine, and the machine is giving you trouble, it's not that somebody else has done nobody has done you anything. You just bought a bad machine, so just go and change it. You know, if there are difficulties in your business, it's not because there's a demon somewhere. It's because your scale is low. You're not paying attention to the business. You have had a lot of troubles with your businesses, but we kept going because that is the proof of our spirituality. We had confidence that we can make the difference, so we kept going. That's a proof. If you give up so easily, it means that you don't have faith. You don't have faith. If you give up so quickly, and if you're afraid of challenges and problems, you don't have faith. You're weak. If you're a strong man and you say that you know God, you cannot know God and be afraid. Spirituality really is a sin in your disposition, in your character, in how you behave. That is how it is proven. How you treat people, how honest you are, the strength that you exhibit, the presence that you bring. Everything is not working when you show up. Everybody starts to get light. Everybody becomes hopeful. That's a proof of your spirituality. When people come to work with you, when they came, they were just very much, dejected and disappointed in life. But they came to work with you after a month. They are light. They start to become confident people. That's a proof that you're a Christian. That's a proof that you're a Christian. That's a proof that you are religious. That's a proof that you're spiritual. They come to work with you. Before, they were thieves. Now, they think twice before they steal from you. That's a proof that you know Christ. So anybody that comes to work with you, they're different. So the work becomes an atmosphere. It becomes an environment. It becomes a platform that you can affect a lot of lives. And for lack of a better word, for Christ. Okay, so just as somebody has a church and is affecting people, the business becomes a platform that you can affect a lot of people. Because you get to train them, you get to talk to them, you get to show them the love of God. They become better people. They become hopeful. They go to do the same thing. And the only reason why they come to work with you like that is because of the business. If you didn't create that business, those people will never become your employee. So that's the sense of consciousness that you have. That because of this business, it's a platform for me to practice the faith that I have. So I show people love, I show people ethics, and that's why we contribute to the change that you bring to the country, and that's how I also contribute to the change that I bring to the country. And that's how we transform our nation. So you are employing 2 people, 3 people, and you show them this kind of things. I also employ 1 person, I show him this kind of things. Do you know how many people you can change? And that's why you change the country by the principles of Christ. And that is the true essence of the kingdom that you say you represent. Not the breaking of demons and those things. Those are lies. Those really don't reflect Christ. Okay? So when people come to you, the change that they see, the hope that they come to get, that's a proof that they came to meet a man who knows Christ, or a woman who knows Christ. So it's a platform. The business then becomes a platform that you can affect lives. And so let's assume that you employ 3,000 people. Do you know how many of them you can affect? And yet you will leave that business and say that you want to go and become go into ministry. Which better platform is more than this? That people who you will never have met now come to work with you, and you can preach Christ to them. Not by just opening your mouth. They will see the way you behave. They will see the way you talk to them. They will see the way you treat them. They will see the way you behave. You practice things. They would want to be part of that God that you serve. I tell you. It's far easier than you go into the corner and shouting that if they don't repent, they will not go to heaven. You have shouted, are you Jeremiah? Are you Jeremiah? No, you're not Jeremiah. So what makes you think that when you're shouting that people will not go to heaven because you're standing in the corner? Just because of small offering that you want to send everybody to hell. So my name is Kwabena. I am talking about spirituality and entrepreneurship. And if your business is going through trouble, it doesn't mean there's any demon anyway. It only means that there are a lot of things you don't understand. And don't let anybody use the prophet, the pastor, all those things to come and confuse you in your business. And take care of your finances in your business. Don't use the money of the business, the capital, go and pay tithe and pay offering. You collapse the business. Okay, you pay those out of your profit, and you don't need to pay tithe on your business anyway. You pay it from the money that you have as an employee of that business. That, if you so wish. And if your finances are not in good shape, why are you sending money anyway? And these are things that you may have to clarify. Because if somebody has taught you a lot of things and they have not been through, it's so difficult for you to even accept to look at anything. Perchance, that may also not be wrong. And it's so difficult for you to tell the African that a lot of the things that he knows, he may have to take a second look at it. And yet he goes to complain that things don't work. Things don't work because what you know may not be the absolute. So practice your business well, and the spirituality, you should not just get hung up on the demons and all those things that you're wasting your time to do. The essence of your spirituality will be seen in your heart for the people who you work with, the people who come to buy from you, the principles that you live with, the ethics that you practice, the vision that you set for the people, for the company, the reason for the business. They'll be seen. Those reflect the spirituality that you say you have. Because the mission of the business is really spiritual. Because you want to make difference in the lives of people. Not just to make money. Not just to sacrifice people to make money. But it is also an avenue that you can create some kind of lives and help people to at least get what they will eat. If somebody works with you and you pay them, at least you're helping them. Because some people don't have job and they worry so much. And your job may be, your place may be the place that they pray to God, that God give me a job. And they came there. And you should not destroy them. You should not destroy them. If anybody comes to work with you, if you're spiritual, by the time that person is leaving, that person has become a better person. More ethical, more kind, compassionate, more classy, more excellent in the way they do their things. They become more focused, confident in themselves and in God, and more loving. It means that they came to meet somebody, or they came to work in a company that was spiritual. That was spiritual. So don't let them confuse you. If they say bring all those things so that they pray for you, so that all your problems will solve, that is not really the spirituality. If you start to take care of people well, you take good care of people, your business will survive. Just do that. That's the best formula. Take good care of people. Forget about whatever anybody else is doing anyway. Just take good care of the people who are with you. Talk to them nicely. Pay them well. Be reasonable with them. Get their pain. Listen to them. Help if you have to. If you do those things, forget about what anybody else is doing anyway. It will happen to you. Why? Because that's the best form of spirituality. And there is no greater force on this earth than the power of love. The power of love. And if you love people like that, nothing anybody else will do that can destroy you. Not even your own mistakes. Because then you live for higher sense of mission and of purpose. And that is also a ministry. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. And don't let anybody deceive you. Just be great at what you do. Be compassionate, be loving, be ethical, and leave the rest to God. Thank you very much for watching.